Give me the gain.
Ben's adjusting levels.
Oh, it's going louder. All right. Yeah, baby. Let's turn it down.
You're quieter now.
Yeah, go through.
So
That's better. That's good.
That's
all
good.
right.
That's
I
better.
know.
Ben.
I know.
That's better.
It's a little high. Oh,
Levels are
down.
good, I think. Levels are good, I think.
Oh, we're recording.
We're recording.
We're recording. That's cool.
We are recording. So guess what we're clipping? And welcome to another episode of the Bored Till Death podcast. I'm Taylor, joined by Andrew as always. So what's up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew?
And Ben sometimes.
And then there's Ben, you know. He shows up when we record. He ignores us the rest of the week. Ben, you got anything for the podcast? Ben, you got anything for the podcast? But he made it at least, and he was sort of on time, so I'll give him that. How's everyone's weeks going?
Pretty good. Can't complain. I got sent a free bag by a luggage company this week.
A little Louis Vuitton action.
Okay, so when we were in Oregon, I used to post to this page all the time called Unsplash, and it's like you're posting photos there and they become royalty free so people can use them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They, I guess, were exploring the Unsplash page, I'm not sure, and saw my photos, found my Instagram, reached out to me and was like, hey, we want to send you a bag to say thanks. So I pick out a bag, and I wasn't sure if it was going to really be sent or not, but it showed up on my doorstep, and it's the coolest bag I've ever owned.
I'm guessing they want some free photos of it.
They didn't even ask, but I kind of told them, I was like, hey, I'll do a shoot around this if you want. And they're like, yeah, that'd be great. So shout out Skyway Luggage. They got really sick stuff.
Is it like luggage or a backpack? Like what luggage are we speaking?
I mean, they do luggage, but they also do like what I have is a hiking bag.
Oh, okay.
It's like a high quality, like made from recycled plastics, Georgia clayish colored red bag, but it's like the nicest, highest quality bag that I think I've ever owned.
I was going to say I would totally just flip that thing, but you know, sponsorship sounds a little better than flipping for I'm $50 for a bag.
I mean, if you want to do some ads, I believe in the product. I am a believer. So
you hear that? He's a believer. What's the company called again?
Skyway Luggage.
Skyway Luggage. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I do need a new bag. Mine has a hole in it, and I like to travel a lot, so.
You can't go from let's flip this to that sounds good.
Did you hear? Did you hear what I said? I don't think you were listening.
Yes.
I said I would flip it, but then I realized, this could be a possible whatever. We're talking behind the scenes stuff on live on here. This ain't right.
Trying to milk the man.
Yeah, that's what I usually do. I am
just a little
man,
peek behind the curtain. It's like the Wizard of Oz.
It's just an old white guy sitting back there pulling the knobs.
We're pretty much old white guys now, so. What about you, Ben?
You kind of lost me at a white man pulling the knob, and I'm just gonna let this ride. I don't want to partake in this conversation.
That's what you're here for. That's what you don't bring topics. You have to be a part of our topics, okay?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Shout out to air fryers, y'all.
Okay.
Oh, dude, air fryers saved my life. That's what's been going on in my life. Is I've been working so dang much. And pizza rolls, what is it? $3.70 for 8 minutes?
to 8 to 9 minutes. Perfect.
I'm going to throw out a hot take here.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Air fryers, overrated.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Listen.
For the working man that doesn't spend his entire day at home. Sure.
Excuse me? What was that?
Listen, son, I'm out there working.
I'm working part-time. I'm raising a kid. This is the most important work I've done my whole damn life. I don't appreciate that.
Yo, shout out to air fryers still though. Oh, all right, Andrew, I get where you might be coming from. Okay, I too am. I went to culinary school. I did the chef life for a while. Whatever. I too am not for the gimmick, suburban mom type appliances to help quotation marks cooking process. Like crock pots can burn in hell. I hate those things. They're lazy cooking, whatever. But air fryers, man, I can't afford no convection oven in my apartment. That's all it is a mini convection oven. It cooks pizza rolls in 8 minutes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, dude. My kitchen's like 2x5. Like I have no surface area to cook or anything like that. And,
I am a
yeah,
fan.
just throwing in stuff.
I am a
like
fan of the Instapot.
reheating or
The
whatever.
Instapots, yeah, it's like the step up from the crock pot. Okay, it's a pressure cooker.
Watch out, Andrew. That's not legal in North Carolina.
What?
It's not legal. Instapot.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ,
Oh
you
my
make me explain
god.
this, dude.
Oh, Jesus.
The fact that I had to
Oh, my
explain it.
God. I'm sorry, I live in a legal state. I don't think about these
Ben
things.
just made a pot joke.
We're just a bunch of potheads.
No, dude.
God.
I mean, there's no shame in the kitchen no more. Like,
Just make your meal.
do what's
Just
best,
make your
you
meal.
know? If you've
I don't
got
actually have it out for air
time-
fryers.
we did,
I just don't use it a lot, so I have had some really bomb tots out of it though, so
we did HelloFresh, and that worked great.
shout out HelloFresh, another opportunity for sponsor.
This one I'll take a hit on.
What are you taking a hit off of?
Because gosh dang. All right. So we'll take it from the top. Here
From
you
the
go.
top, make it drop.
3, 2, 1. I mean, we did HelloFresh for a little while, and like I liked that. it didn't work for like
There
our
you go.
timeline.
Yeah.
It's honestly it's great. But
Trying it.
I just didn't have the time for it.
I can't breathe right now. Oh,
Just
my
trying to-
God. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Here you go. 3, 2. Blue Apron.
Hate them.
Oh.
And you just cut that in to where I say other things.
Have you tried Blue Apron?
Yeah, so I had Blue Apron.
Oh,
His voicemail box is full for Ben Hendricks.
No, my week has been pretty chill. I don't know. We watched The Bear, and
Oh, how was that? I've been looking at that.
Have you not seen that yet?
I haven't yet. No, I've been thinking about watching it.
I about to say for Mister, I went to culinary school.
I know.
Like, it's really good. Like,
Do they use air
So-
fryers on the show?
full
Fuck
disclosure.
you.
No, dude, I cried 3 times during that show. The first one was like the flow of the kitchen. I was like, man,
Mhm.
I missed that. Basically the premise is the dude comes, home from like a Michelin star restaurant. He's trying to get his kitchen to his level, and I was like, oh man,
Mhm.
that hits. Like,
Mhm.
I missed that. And then the second time is his relationship with his brother. They do it so well. And the third time, I cried. It's a 30-minute episode. It's like episode 6 or
Ben's
7.
cried 3 times, and there's like 2 episodes.
It's-
I
no,
know.
There's like 8. But the entire episode is like chaos in the kitchen, and like the head chef's throwing stuff across the room. Someone's quitting. Someone like existentially just checks out. And
Hell kitchen, this shit. Yep.
Yeah, it's basically, it's like, here's your busy night. I was like, oh man, and they did it so well, and I was like, it wasn't like a cry of sad, but it was like a teardrop of, I never
Yeah.
want to go back to that.
No, I feel you. I've said multiple
It's good.
times in the last couple of years that I low key miss that rush big time. You look down, you're cooking. It's Friday at 5:00, and then you look up and it's 10:00 at night, and you're like, "What just happened?" I swear to God, it's like the only time travel in the world. It's insane, but it could be so much fun, and it could be so fun, and also the most stressful thing you ever do in your life. And it's something about it. It's like an addiction almost. Do I ever want to do it again? Absolutely not. Do I want to do it again? Yes, but like one time a year, that's all I need, because I do not miss those hours working all weekend, every holiday. Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, you don't have a life at all.
Oh, I got a Tuesday off. Cool.
That show looks great. Everything I've seen on it, I haven't heard one bad thing about it. I've actually been really curious to check it out.
I could be wrong, but I think they even like already greenlit like season 3 because it had such a big reception.
Yeah, I think it's got at least season 2 on the works, but like as itself in the series, you could end it at the last episode and be
really?
like, this was a complete story.
Okay.
I'm good. But they leave it to where like if they do a season 2, well, I'm pretty sure they are. It'll kind of fill its own story. I don't know, like because the whole first season was like about his brother, and like that all kind of gets resolved. And season 2 is going to be about like the actual restaurant, or I don't know. I mean, it's also in Chicago, so who knows?
You know what's so weird? I watched like 4 things this past weekend. They were all based in Chicago. I'm like, what?
Chicago.
What's the theme here? Yo, I haven't seen it in years, but growing up, it was one of my favorite movies of all time. And it was weird for like a 6-year-old to say that. The Fugitive. Have you ever watched that one?
No, that is a good movie. Yeah.
Harrison Ford. You know what's funny is like Harrison Ford has had so many iconic roles. Indiana Jones, Han Solo. But like every time I think Harrison Ford, I think The Fugitive, and I can't explain why. Probably because I've seen it so many damn times. But I don't know. It was like a Chicago themed weekend for me. I watched something else that was Chicago based. That's funny that you bring that up. I thought it was like a New York City or like Philadelphia show.
Makes more sense than if you were to say Ender's Game, because he was in that too.
Oh my! You have to be the only person in the world to be mentioning Ender's Game in 2022.
That's what I'm saying.
God, I was so mad at that movie.
I knew nothing about the story before I watched that movie.
I think Andrew, I think we saw that in theaters.
Yeah, and then I watched it, and I think on the spot I was like, "Hey, that was pretty good." And then I heard everybody else like hated it. I was like, "Why?" And I looked into it. I was like, "Oh, okay, makes sense."
This young Sheldon-looking kid trying to kill aliens.
If you want a good read for the week, read Ender's Game.
Okay, I might look into that.
It's pretty good.
So, Andrew, I know you wanted to ask some questions and stuff that you put out on Instagram today, kind of like a Q&A kind of with the pod to get people used to like to know us. I had more people that I didn't know personally that listened to the podcast. And
yeah,
I honestly thought it'd be opposite. Like I thought it'd just be like families and friends that heard the first recording of us and stuff. But yeah, we got a lot of new people listening to us. So I don't know.
So we put out a thing on the Instagram story saying if anyone has questions about the podcast or in general, whatever, send them our way and we'll address them while recording episode 3. I thought more of the questions were going to end up being about the podcast itself, but hardly any of them are. So it's more towards us, like as people. So yeah.
Why don't you randomly ask us one every once in a while?
Just throughout the show?
Yeah, go ahead. Pop one out. What people ask?
All right, let's see. Let's pick one for now. Okay, so each of you pick a superpower, but the other two have to create an unfortunate side effect of that power.
Sorry, what?
So Ben, you pick. How about you start?
No.
Okay, fine.
I'll go. I know. I've always, my go-to answer is I'm a big Flash fan, so I want Speed Force.
Okay,
super fast.
Okay, so then me and Ben have to come up with 2 bad side effects for you having super speed. Let's see. Mine is going to be.
I have a great answer.
Your internal organs vibrate so much you just constantly shit yourself. It's a bad side effect.
My IBS reacts terribly.
It increases the IBS, yeah.
You got one, Ben? You got a side effect?
You have super speed, and what was Andrew's?
Apparently, I run so fast that my organs vibrate so much it makes me shit myself.
Okay.
Leaving a freaking skid mark through Kansas on my way to Florida.
Oh, God.
I don't know, man. It's either your downfall would either have to be like you have super speed, but it takes you a while to build traction, so you look like Scooby Doo.
Yeah, okay.
Just sitting there like sliding on the
comes
ground.
with
The
sound effect of the.
I can't perform under pressure, guys. Just don't look while I'm doing this. I was thinking I have a severe case of gout every time.
It's either that or you have to obey the speed limit.
No, absolutely not.
Yep,
absolutely not.
Yep.
Yeah, like that, or you have super speed, but you can't control the speed. You only move at like light speed. So you just want to walk to the store and get a donut, and you're there in the blink of an eye, and just blowing.
The store disintegrates.
Just disintegrates. All I wanted was a donut, man.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Ben wants to go last. Andrew, what's your superpower?
I don't know. I'm going to pick something basic as hell and just say flight.
Flight. Okay. Oh, boy. I mean, you took the shitting out of the...
Well, no, if he has flight, so, like, you know how, like, in the shows, like, everyone flies, like, gliding, like, there's no resistance or anything. Like, anytime you fly, like, just, you're in the air, you have, like, the G-forces that pull on you, like, you know, like, when you're doing the loops in the roller coaster. So you just have, like, G-forces pulling on you at all times.
It's constant.
If you're just, like, kind of hovering.
Formed.
Yeah, it just looks like everything's just, like...
This would be you the whole time.
It's either that, so I give options, okay? With my downsides, it's either that, or every time you lift off, it's just like the faintest, like little fart.
That's the propulsion.
Like yeah, the propulsion. Yeah, that's it. That's my lock-in. Fart flight. That's where I'm landing. That's it.
I'm gonna go with you can only fly towards where you're going. You have to find another means to get back. Like you have to take an actual flight like a normal person. You want to go to Japan? All right, but you're taking a flight home.
That actually sucks. That would actually suck.
You accidentally you stop to pee out in the middle of like the desert and you realize, oh crap, I'm not there yet. Ben, superpower me.
I think I would. Man, I can never choose one. It's always options.
Pick it. Choose it right now.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, we're gonna go with telekinesis.
Telekinesis. You're telekinetic, but you can only. So many random things are going through my head right now, and I don't want to say some of them.
I think logic dictates that those ones are the ones you need to say.
Oh, I don't know. No. I know we don't have a good rating for children, but I don't want to go too far. Oh, telekinetic. You got anything, Andrew?
Yeah, I think I got one.
Go ahead, say it. Let me think.
So I'm going to have an option as well. Okay, so you're telekinetic. That's cool. But lifting anything heavier than a cat gives you a brain aneurysm.
Oh, no.
Or...
I got it.
That's not... Or...
I get one lift and die.
Or... Ben, oh my God, Taylor can't stop laughing.
Can I say mine?
Hold on. Okay, so that's option one. Or option two, it takes so much effort that you just scream at the top of your lungs to do the simplest movement. Like you could move a pencil across the. You're getting in bed and you're like, crap, I forgot my water on the other side of the room. You go to move it. And you're doing that in the dark.
That for sure, because that's like 50% of the time already me. So yeah, hands down, screaming.
Oh Mine.
Can't wait for this.
Mine's inspiration from a How I Met Your Mother episode. That's without a doubt the funniest episode in that show. There's this guy. Anytime he flirts with attractive women. No, I'm sorry. Anytime he gets an erection, his nose starts bleeding. So every time he talks to an attractive woman, his nose starts bleeding. So every time you use it, you get a massive erection.
While I'm screaming.
Andrew's screaming.
Massive erection.
Oh, dude! Geez. Oh my god, dude! You're just screaming at the top of your lungs while pitching your pants tent. Oh my god, you would be the superhero that would be quickly arrested for public indecency.
Oh yeah, B-list superhero for sure.
On the 10 o'clock news, man arrested today for saving children as a bus falls off a bridge. He was also arrested because of a massive erection as he was saving. Oh, I hate myself.
Oh my god, that was so good.
I have a headache now. Andrew, you know what? Throw us another freaking question.
Okay. All right. How much has Ben spent on Warhammer? How much has Taylor lost in betting?
We don't have
or spent on betting. And how much has Andrew spent on camera gear?
An obscene amount.
I was about to say, I can already tell you this. I have spent less than all of you.
Probably. I will say that.
But also, that bar is pretty high, which is what scares me. Like,
now,
don't worry, Sonny. You'll get there someday.
When we're talking gambling for me, are we talking this past week? Or all together?
I think they mean if you had to estimate how much money you've put into bets. Like over the course, let's just say like DraftKings.
Oh, that's oof. I've been playing that for 8 years, dude.
Oh, jeez.
So I guess I can start.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I come in, I'm like, oh, I only spent this much. I'm fine. So let me take a look around my room. So on Warhammer, just the hobby, not the books or like the video games.
No.
Like
Everything.
Just like the actual
Warhammer.
Yeah,
it's a hobby.
Everything.
Warhammer. Yeah.
With the okay.
And if people don't know what Warhammer is, give them a brief description.
Okay, so little toys, little action figures. You buy them, you paint them. Everyone kind of knows Gundam, right? Like you buy the Gundam bits, you build them.
I know what it is, but I don't know if everyone knows it.
I mean, our listeners should probably know. I'm just kidding. No, it's a little miniature game. It's a little tabletop miniature game that you collect armies and you buy the models, you paint them up, and you use them in like a game of chess, but with guns. I would say, in the last year alone, I've definitely dropped at least $5,000.
Oh,
in like 2021.
I didn't know the number was that high. You see Andrew's face?
Bro, what?
I thought
you said, I'm going to have the lowest number here.
I thought it would be like $2,000. Maybe.
Yeah. No, $2,000 was literally like the last 3 months.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. It's not that high. Yeah, no. Well, because like Horus Heresy just came out. That was a $300 box set plus like $500 in Forge World stuff, which I'm gonna lose like 10 people, but that's like high-end resin casting and stuff. My paint collection is probably at least $700.
You guys want to see my paints
with the airbrush? Yeah, airbrush is $300. 3D printers like $400. So yeah, easily. I don't know if I can nail it down, but I did the math last year for 2020 or 2021, and I did $3,000 at the one shop alone. But my whole collection with books and everything, maybe like 8 to 10. But that's over the course of like 3 years. Like it's not all been like, it's pretty much every paycheck I have an allocation.
I act like that's a lot, but if we're talking total number, that I've spent on camera gear since I started, and I started in like 2016. That's when I first bought my first camera. I'm probably beating you on paper. Like
Yeah.
on paper,
Yeah,
I've spent
yeah.
an absolutely ungodly amount of money on cameras and camera equipment. But the trick here is that I've rarely had to pay hardly anything out of pocket on my own, because anytime I buy new gear, I'm selling other gear in order to afford it. I've basically, I think the
Basically
most I've,
trading.
yeah, I've spent, I think the most I've paid out of pocket for gear was probably about 500, and that was like maybe 2 years ago. Other than that, it's been me just selling shit to afford other stuff. So
Was it digital or film?
we're talking both here.
Oh, let's go ahead and skip me. We don't need to answer that.
Are you sure? No, that's against the rules. That is against the rules. Are you
Well,
okay?
all right.
Will you have beat us?
Oh yeah.
You've
Oh no, he would
all right.
totally. Like, I'm
Okay.
looking around and I'm looking at storage and stuff too, and I still
Okay.
can't get up
I
that high now.
I added up my bets from the last week. Okay. For the
Okay.
last week alone, and remember, I played like 400 the week prior, and
Mhm.
when I won like 1,000. Okay. This last week, I've played like 340, and I think I only won like 30.
Jesus.
So I'm down like 3,300. But if we want to put it honestly, if we want to put a number how much I've spent without winnings, just how much money I've spent
Yeah.
on my life of gambling. Oh man, this is coming back to me hard right now. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I would say
Is this a wake up call? Is this a wake up call right now?
Since 18 years old, when I got into scratch offs addiction back in Florida, I wouldn't be shocked if the numbers over 25K. 30
Yeah, but
maybe.
but again, like, it sounds like a lot, but it's the same thing. It's like over what,
Since
10 years?
12 years,
Maybe
yeah.
like 12 years.
But also, if you think about also, like, if I put $10 into my sports betting app, okay, I turn that 10 into 50. Well, I've profited 50, but I'm still playing that 50 more. So I'm not like throwing
You're
money into account,
putting
throwing
stuff
money in
back
account,
into
throwing
it.
money in account. It's in a way, it's
Right.
a trade, like how you were saying, stuff like that. Because
That makes sense.
But oof.
Yeah, no, you're spending. You still get stuff to come back. Like, you get a return or a profit. Andrew's trading his stuff left and right. You're not paying much out of pocket. I, on the other hand, have about $650 worth of rule books on my bookshelf.
Just rule books.
Who's the real loser here? Just rule books. I'm like counting as he was talking about that. I was like, oh, I've got like 11, 12 books. They all cost about $50 a pop when they come out.
Don't they have that?
And then they're
Don't they have
outdated
the
in the
rules
next
on the
edition.
internet? Might Google that right quick.
Yes, they do have rules on a like dedicated website, but I also, the reason I spend a lot more out of pocket is to support my local like gaming store, because if I'm like ordering stuff off Amazon or secondhand or looking it up for free, it's like, okay, well, where do I go play now, because all the places shut down. So that's part of the reason I invest so much, is because I try to.
You're supporting the local nerd community.
I try to go local as much as possible.
Nerd.
I love the one thing about Portland is there is like no chain restaurants. I mean, I would say like 10% of the restaurants in Portland is chain, and the rest are like local establishments and food trucks on like every corner and stuff like that. So I get with the local establishment.
Yeah, I definitely miss that vibe from Orlando.
Orlando's like that too, huh? I don't remember. I haven't lived there since 2009.
If you're on iDrive and stuff, sure, it's very touristy. But on like Mills 50, like, dude, you could just walk like a mile and have dinner at a new place every week.
Oh, what was that pizza?
And they're all like little local shops.
What was that pizza place called you worked at?
Lazy Moon?
Oh, I'm a Lazy Moon.
Lazy
If
Moon?
you're in Orlando, Lazy Moon Pizza, go there right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
If you're in Orlando, you don't know Lazy Moon.
I've told people that live in Orlando about it, and they were like, oh, okay, I'll try it. That is the best pizza I've probably ever had.
Last November, I introduced my parents to it, and then they ended up having to go back to Orlando like 2 days after we were in town, and they went again a second time.
It's so good that like when I went up for like say to go to theme parks like Disney, I would drive literally across Orlando, which is rush hour. That's over an hour drive, hour and a half, just to get to Laser Moon. It's
we take trips down once a year, and it's like, oh, even if because we go for Halloween Horror Nights, and it's like if it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, I'm like, all right, 45-minute drive back into the heart of downtown for a slice. Thank you very much.
It's worth it.
I remember I went up there. You were working there. You were working in the kitchen. And I remember I sat at the counter and you just kept feeding me food left and right. I was like, this is I'm literally in heaven right now. And you're back there blasting death metal. And I'm like, this is great.
That was a great brie.
Thank you. You know, I'm having fun, man. Just throw me another question.
Okay. Here, let me pull something else up. All right, here's the hard-hitting news that we want to hear. Everybody wants to know this.
Probably not.
Taylor,
what?
When are y'all getting married?
Oh, what? I put a ring on her already. Honestly, it's probably next year.
Okay, I figured that was the case.
Hold up. That one was from your mom, wasn't it?
You guessed it. The exact wording is, when is Taylor getting married already?
We've been together 6 years. I got engaged in Hawaii last year and trying to move Seattle this year, and then probably get married next year. Vegas, baby. Oh, we have the greatest. I don't know why that's involved, but we're gonna get married in Vegas, and everyone's coming out, and we're gonna get waffle tattoos. I don't know why, but
it's
that's
because
a thing.
Okay. So the joke, it originates in the Oregon chat, where basically we were jokingly like, hey, screw a wedding. Let's all of us, just friends, show up in Vegas. You guys get married on the first day at one of those little chapels where you can get married and have a breakfast. And so you guys get married. We get waffles. We go get I'll go get matching little waffle tattoos. Then the rest of the weekend is just everyone partying.
If what Andrew means by party, he means getting lit on cheeseburgers and Coca-Cola.
You guessed it.
I'm Andrew, and I'm straight edge.
Actually, hey now.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That actually is a good segue into another question. What will it take to get Andrew drunk or high?
Oh, Jesus. Boy, it better be my freaking wedding.
Sober one. I've never been anything but sober, so.
What will it take? I mean, dude, you give me $50 and I'll make it happen.
$5 a shot, he's gone.
I think what they mean by what will it take, I think it's how are you guys going to make it happen? Because I'm not going to just sit there and knowingly do it, I think is the idea.
I will drug you, trust me.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is clearly going into I'm going to have you sign a piece of paper without you knowing what it is, and then it's actually a full disclosure, like, yeah, do what you want for the next 24 hours, and it's
you want this brownie?
Brownie.
No, I think that's what. Yeah, because you wouldn't do it on your own. Like when we lived together, it was.
I would try stuff.
A sampling of like every beer that I had, and then I think the closest that you actually got to going, ooh, I like this, was like some kind of whiskey I bought one time. Like I don't know if I was like making this just like an old fashioned or something dumb. But you're like, huh. And that was it. Like
I've been told that's weird about me because I don't know, I'd say 90%, if not higher, of the beers I've ever taken a sip of, I've never liked enough to where it made me take a second sip. But certain types of whiskey I've tried, I've been like, ooh.
That's weird how that works out for you.
I've been told that's weird.
Taste buds are weird on you.
I tell you what, next time you come up to Asheville, Emily and I are looking at buying this new, I think it's like a rye whiskey. what it was called. It's either like New American or New West End, or I don't know. It's a whiskey based out of Seattle, oddly enough.
Really?
You don't say.
Interesting.
Yeah, that one of my bartender buddies was like telling me all about, and he's like, it tastes like the Sugar Smack cereal
Oh,
from back in the day, and it just tastes exactly like that.
that's a top 2 cereal.
Oh, that sounds sick.
Oh, dude, I was buying into the hype train. I was like, all right, let's see what this is. And then we were doing like a whiskey training, and I was like, this is dangerous. So
that's little Taylor inside of me right now screaming.
I was like,
a child hurraying over whiskey.
Yeah.
I loved Sugar Smacks.
But also, there's no shame for not liking stuff.
Yeah, I just never
liking
developed
liquor.
the taste.
Honestly, dude, if I had the choice, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. Even now, I don't drink as much nearly as I used to in my 20s, but
I honestly don't drink that much anymore either, but, I live in Oregon, so there's other means of life, so,
Whatever do you mean, Taylor?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what could possibly be implied by that sense.
It's very green here in Oregon.
There's lots
green.
Of trees.
There's a lot of trees.
Is that what you're talking about?
There's a lot evergreens? I just go outside and I just get high on the smell of nature. That is exactly what I mean.
So, to be clear, we're talking about cocaine here, right?
Absolutely. Bro, you remember when we built lightsabers in downtown Disney when we were like 25 years old? 24?
What is this segue?
Was it me or you that built this?
Darth Cocainimus.
That was my Sith Lord name, Darth Cocainimus.
Darth Cocainimus.
We were out there like doing lightsaber fights in downtown Disney like children, and here we are 23, 24 years old. I'm Darth Cocainimus.
God. I mean, it's okay. Last year I went to Disney and went to Galaxy's Edge and built a lightsaber.
How was that? $500?
It was $220.
Yeah, it's over $200. So I didn't do it when I went.
Yeah, but dude, it was it honestly, like, if you're a Star Wars buff, it was such a good experience. Even if you hate the sequels, oh my god, it was so good.
Excuse me, sir, that's not how lightsabers are made. You gotta go into the caves and find your own kyber crystals.
These are pre-harvested crystals, and they call out to you, Ben. We cut out the middleman. It pushes the canon, but it's fun. It brings the kid out in you.
Oh no!
What is this new soundboard?
Your boy found some sounds.
It's like, where did this child come from?
Speaking of that, though, did any of you guys see the Andor trailer that dropped today?
Oh, I forgot to watch it.
What?
Dude. Oh my god.
Dude, it's pretty good. I'm actually very excited.
I'm stoked
for it.
I'm told it's the closest thing to Rogue One we've had in a while.
Well, it's kind of a Rogue One prequel, which is already a prequel, which is hilarious.
You have me. I will watch it after this.
But the way they're doing it, it's centered around Cassian, the rebel dude from Rogue One, and it's going to be 12 episodes instead of the 6 format that they've been doing. And they're doing it basically the whole show, because they're doing a season 2 as well. The entirety of the show is basically going to be detailing the 5 years or so prior to Rogue One, and it's rather than it being where Rogue One was based on an event, which is the stealing of the Death Star plans. This is centered on character, centered around Mon Mothma and Cassian, obviously. And it's about how he grows from being like this selfish kind of like guy that just wants to survive. It's kind of Ezra-ish, honestly, to just being, by the end of it, he's like some hardened rebel soldier, but he's not like a good guy still. He's like still kind of gray, because if you remember in Rogue One, literally in the beginning of the movie, he just smokes his informant before the stormtroopers can get him, so they don't get the information from him.
That's right.
So it's like,
well, what's
Oh no, I was just gonna say the reason why I like this corner of the Star Wars stuff so much is there's so much more gray, and there's conflicting ideologies that it shows within the rebels. Like Saw Gerrera is going to be in the show again.
That's That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Saw Gerrera's character is really fun.
They're doing every 3 episodes is one arc in the season. So it's like 12 episodes and there's 4 arcs within the season that covers it basically represents 4 years, and then season 2 will be the last year before Rogue One. It's kind of weird, but I'm kind of into it.
I mean, that's the format that Clone Wars did. The last season of Clone Wars, and it worked great. I love that.
But beyond all that stuff, just from looking at the trailer, one thing that I think, I mean, the Disney era of Star Wars has its faults, of obviously, but the TV stuff, my biggest gripe with it is none of it has looked as big and grand looking and surreal as the films. It's all looked, I mean, it's been much more grounded stories, but still, you expect Star Wars, you expect some crazy like visuals and stuff like that. This looks beautiful. They're not using that graphics wall thing that they used in The Mandalorian. It's all on set.
The
like, they're not using that technology.
The dome, not the dome.
I forget what it's called.
Was it old technology now?
But they literally are just building sets, and they've traveled and filmed in different parts of the world to represent different planets. They're going to several different planets instead of just like 1 or 2. I'm super stoked for it. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think it's probably the most important Star Wars project for the Disney era in the last like year or two, because I feel like this is such a big step up in terms of potential for the Star Wars TV stuff, because I feel like it's been lacking in the visual department here and there, even though they've basically invented new technology in order to film it. But yeah, I'm excited for it. You're gonna have to check it out.
No, I'll definitely check it out after this.
I was very, very worried the first 5 to 10 seconds of the trailer, because I was like, oh, we're just ripping off of Filoni stuff again. But no, it looks like it should hold its own.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I say that like half excited just because I'm like, Obi-Wan was a miss for me. So I'm just like, I'm like, I will watch this.
Still haven't watched it yet because of all the, well, not all that, but some of the negative feedback. But I know I need to just watch it because I hear it's still epic at the same time.
Honestly, I actually liked it.
Oh yeah, there's nothing negative. It was great, like as a show.
I liked it a lot. I think they made some creative decisions, like as far as like in certain episodes, I was kind of like, that was a little weird.
Sounds like Disney, the overlords.
Tickets, get your tickets here. Tickets, get your tickets here.
It just doesn't make any sense to me.
What do you mean?
Well, why are they selling tickets while we're already in the game?
Dude, I have no idea. Did you hear about the 2 movie tickets that that new podcast, World Till Death, is giving away though?
Oh, no, I didn't. How do you get them?
Well, apparently all you have to do is rate and review on their Apple Podcasts. They said they're picking a winner on August 15th.
Oh, sweet.
Next week on Touched by a Stranger. Will Peter forgive his long-lost brother for sleeping with his wife, mother-in-law, and housekeeper?
Hector, how could you do this to me?
Hey, what can I say? The ladies love Hector.
Will Mark make it through his head transplant surgery?
Doctor, be honest with me. Will I survive this procedure?
Son, I've done this 12 times on live goats, and only 7 of them died.
And will Sheila finally tell Daniel the truth?
My sweet Daniel, I hate to have lied to you, but I happen to be your older brother.
Tune in next week where you too will be touched by a stranger. Welcome back, and it's now time for Andrew's Jam of the Week. What you got for us this week, buddy?
Well, this one, actually, first off, I'm just going to say, Ben, I have been listening to your suggestion, actually, from last week, Dent May, and he's awesome. Yeah. It's great.
The old Paul Dano.
The old Paul Dano, man. Paul Dano Mano.
No.
Quality GIF.
But this week, I haven't actually been listening to this a lot this week, but I picked it anyway because as of the day that we're recording this, yesterday, this album turned 7, and it just kind of blew my mind that it's already been that long. Y'all ever heard of the band Knuckle Puck?
Canookily Pook?
Canookily Pook.
Absolutely.
Named, of course, after the famous hockey shot that was popularized by Mighty Ducks 2 anyways.
Great movie. Great franchise.
Yeah, but the album is called Copacetic. Turned 7 yesterday. It's really good.
Oh, I so want to sing.
Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
No.
But it was okay. But Knuckle Puck is a 5-piece pop punk band from Chicago.
I swear, this sign's to Chicago all the last few days. I think I need to go to Chicago. Apparently, I'm go watch Home Alone after this.
Chicago. I don't know what that was. Continue.
Da Bears.
Da
Bears. Yeah, bratwurst. Anyways, Canookily Pook. Let's hear it.
Yeah, they're a 5-piece band, pop punk band from Chicago.
They're just fun.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I don't have a lot of things to say about them particularly.
You don't even have to. Just get people.
I mean, it's
listening
pop
to
punk.
them.
It's fun music.
Pop punk?
It's more like, I don't know. It sounds like my youth to me. It sounds like driving around in your hometown at 2 a.m. or jumping fences to skateboard at a school or something like that.
Did we discover them when we had that booth set up for Prodigy at Warped Tour? Was that the first time we heard them? Because if so, that's awesome. Because we literally had this booth set up right in front of one of these stages, and we just sat there and watched the artist all day play.
They're one of the best ones that came on. They came on, and their little intro thing, they had a guy come up and was like yelling out into the crowd about mental health and stuff while they were playing like this little intro thing. And I don't know, it grabbed our attention. We actually like walked out of the booth to watch. They were so good live.
F sales. That's what we left Aaron behind. Like Aaron, we're gonna go watch
Aaron's
this.
sitting in the booth, and the actual business owners are standing out watching Knuckle Puck. No, but they're really good. That was before Copacetic even came out, because we only were listening to their EP back then. Had to work with that for like a year. But yeah, Copacetic, check it out. It's really good. Standout tracks to me are Evergreen, Stationary, and Pretense. Really, really good stuff.
Oh yeah, great album.
Pop punk's that stuff that MGK does, right? The king, he's like the king of pop punk or something like
Ben,
that.
hey, don't make me jump through this screen and strangle you. I don't know. Okay, that's a nerve. That's a nerve. You just touched a nerve. No. You've been looking for the Andrew nerve, and you found it. You found it. First of all, this guy gets bullied out of his own freaking genre. And then he comes into this genre, talks shit about Slipknot. I'm not even a freaking Slipknot's fan. And he starts talking shit about Slipknot and getting into like all these fights with Corey Taylor, lying and saying that he wanted to be on his song, and actually he didn't. He just wasn't answering whatever the heck happened. And now what? He's talking shit about the new genre that took him in with open arms, and he's all of a sudden the king of it? Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
I did not see that coming.
Oh man, I think we've each had a rant in the last three. The first three. I love it. Ben, you'll get your turn next week.
Dude, I have my turn every time. It's fine.
I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but I'm not really a huge fan of him.
Machine Gun Kelly?
I've never seen you get that animated, I think, ever.
Nothing pisses me off either when you turn on the radio and they're like new rock star Machine Gun Kelly's latest hit.
I'm like, dude, you're 20 years late to this genre. You're not the king of it. You didn't invent it. You're not helping it. See, we didn't defend pop punk enough. Now we're left with this.
No, we gave up. We gave up on it. I mean, I left my hometown. I thought I defended it enough, but apparently that wasn't it.
Yeah. What else is there to do? You leave your hometown. That you did your thing for pop punk. I saw a thing recently that said pop punk and country music are the only genres of music that center completely around their hometown. One just loves it and one hates it.
Exactly. Yep. Good times, boys. That just made my Monday. I had a really bad Monday at work. But thank you, Andrew. I needed that. I don't think I've ever seen you go off like that before. Well, as Ben walks away, I think he thinks we're done.
Oh, Oh, yeah, no.
Ben, we're still recording.
Yeah. Questions? Yeah.
I think we should save the questions.
Yeah, Ben.
All right, let's ask Ben one. Go ahead.
Oh,
Who wanted to
ask me?
leave?
Oh, from the people that responded to my. Yeah. All right. So I had a few questions in my response, and everyone knows about like Superman versus Flash in a race. But I think what the people really want to know is who would win in a race, Sonic the Hedgehog or Quicksilver?
I mean, that's Quicksilver. Oh, actually, wait. If it was the Flash all day, but Quicksilver isn't as fast as the Flash.
Where's your Carfax? How do you know? Show me the Carfax.
Flash is attached to the Speed Force.
And Quicksilver is Magneto's kid.
He's just a mutant. He's quick. Whatever. Quicksilver could even dodge bullets. Okay.
That's a good point. Are we talking?
Right, listen, that's a whole nother can. That's a whole nother can of worms.
He's like the only MCU character that hasn't been brought back yet because he's dead. Even Uncle Ben.
Are we talking
sequels.
MCU Quicksilver or source material Quicksilver?
I mean, source material because like.
Okay.
If we're going source material Sonic versus the movie Sonic, obviously that's a two different thing. Because he's still learning.
I honestly didn't play Sega that much back in the day, so I don't know much about Sonic.
Yeah, I was about to say. So Sonic, it's a little blue hedgehog, turns into a ball, and you remember that superpower? Like your
shut up.
Remember that drawback where you move in place while you're running really fast? That's what he does, and then he just like yeets himself off.
That's what he says.
So
does he do this?
Well.
I am going to overplay that one so much. No, I'm deleting after this episode. I played too many times.
Sonic hands down.
Yeah, I'm going to say Sonic as well, actually.
Okay.
Because they both move...
Didn't know he was OP that.
Well, one, Sonic goes Super Saiyan, so that's kind of an odd...
Does he?
Dude. Do yourself a favor, go watch... Since you didn't play the games, just go watch the new movies that came out, which are actually sleepers. They are so good. But...
I've been meaning to watch them, especially since Jim Carrey's in them.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey's in it. And the second one, they kind of lean into all those Easter eggy stuff because that was like an Easter egg back in the day. But yeah, Super Saiyan Sonic definitely.
See, when I picture Sonic's speed, I picture the boy from Incredibles. Like he's fast, but he's like
Dash.
Yeah.
He's fast, but he's annoying.
Yeah. All right, so what did we learn this week, guys? Machine Gun Kelly sucks, right?
Yeah.
According to me, at least. What do I know?
If Ben had telekinesis, he'd be screaming and have a raging boner the whole time. I'm getting married next year. And air fryers. Andrew hates them. Ben and I approve.
I don't hate them.
He absolutely hates
air
them.
fryers. There's no reason for me to hate an inanimate object.
Boiling point's already high. I don't hate them.
All right, y'all hear the music playing.
I'm defending my honor. I'm defending myself.
Next
oh my God! You're cutting me off right now. You're cutting me off right now.
Say later, boys.
Bye.